Hello, my name is Karx82 and welcome back to our Divine Journey 2 playthrough. Now, unfortunately, we had a Microsoft Windows update last night and it screwed up my microphone settings, so the audio didn't record. Drives me nuts. I should maybe not have it auto update in the middle of the night when I don't realize, and it screws up my audio. But anyway, I'm going to do a little voiceover, and I'm going to try to remember what I did. This was a few days ago when I actually recorded this episode. I am trying to finish up this research right here, and the files, we're just talking about the files right now, are actually quite expensive. The intensive catalyst and alpha class to get the files is pretty expensive, to be honest, and the warded jars require 3 of them. But yeah, I'm just going to try to finish this. And the reason we're doing this is because I took the matrix, the rune matrix that we crafted up last episode, and put it right next to the research table, so you can kind of focus on infusion and remember which ones I took. Some of them, like I said, take the item, like the V crystals, and some you just need them in your inventory. I'm just trying to sort it out. Now that one requires Cognito Essentia, and I've actually gone ahead and crafted off a platform in the Eden dimension to do all our Thaumcraft stuff. The reason I picked this dimension is because it's eternally day, so I'm going to probably throw crops over here. As you can see, I've done a quantum chamber. Did the blowing up the singularities. Singularities are really easy to get in this mod pack with lasers. The quantum rings, really easy, nothing very difficult about that. But I also have wireless in here as well, so I can access the A system. As you can see, it's right there. Yeah, so I did that. I also... We'll get to that in a second. I've crafted up a bunch of glass. You might have noticed when I was first starting out, I crafted up 1,000 glass. And I'm going to place that in a second. But yeah, I'm just doing the Cognito for the research that we need. And just kind of checking out what our goal for this mod pack is. I think I'm going to try to get the flux scrubber stuff as soon as possible. But we will see. Unfortunately, we don't have the goggles yet, so we can see. I'm like, I don't know where the Cognito is. The other ones must have some other Essentia in there that I just can't see. So I need to craft up those goggles sooner than later. And we will do that. There we're looking at the leather for the goggles, which isn't too bad. But the goggle recipe it's a little bit complicated. But let's go ahead and finish up that research for the arcane infusion. I probably will craft up well, I mean, I know I will craft up the whatchamacallit, the creative Phenomenomicon. Just haven't done it yet. I'm a little worried about it because I don't want to deal with a whole bunch of warp when I can't deal with it yet. So I haven't done that. And I'm just kind of looking to see what items drop which aspect. I'm pretty sure I have some of that Fabrico already in the other dimension, the Eden dimension. So, like I said, I'm going to move my props over there too. That is another reason why I set up the quantum ring. As you can see, I just noticed that the wool that we're doing already has Fabrica on it, which is the same way I got that. So the goggles, 2 thermometers, which are its own kind of thing, and then need that. So there we go. We got all the stuff. Finished up that research, got the arcane fusion. So you can see that I placed it down so we can like focus. And yeah, just wanted to check that out. So now I'm going to move this stuff to the Eden dimension. I know, I'm not breaking it with an axe. And I'm like, do I have a silk touch for the bookshelf? I don't even know if these are actually doing anything. You don't click on it when you do the research. I'm not actually sure they do anything. Or do they add like pages to the research if they're just nearby? I actually don't know. Also, I stepped back there so I didn't chuck my pickaxe in the cauldron. Gotta love our full inventory. I absolutely hate when my inventory is like that. Alright, so let's head to Eden, and we'll set this stuff up. Not the quickest, but it works. I'm thinking, I don't think I have the whole platform lit up either, but I do have a Megatorch, or is it Megatorch? I can't remember if, yeah, Megatorch, I think it's called. I do have it above the portal, so hopefully we don't get any hostile mobs spawning, but we do get the bunnies, as you can see, which, by the way, don't look like bunnies at all. So just resetting this back up. Yeah, you put them in your backpack. Ah, there we go, I remembered. It is kind of funny watching this back, because I know what's coming up, as opposed to recording as I'm doing it. Which, by the way, is pretty hard to talk and do things at the same time, just saying. Alright, trying to decide how far away I want to set up the runic matrix. Where I want to put the bookshelf and stuff. By the way, you can't shift click that in, which was kind of weird. So there we go. And then we'll have our runic matrix over there. Sure, that sounds good. Yep, right there. Fortunately, it's too far away from the table to show up on there. Alright, so where are we going next? I think we need to... Oh, we're talking about, should I do infusion? Now that we have the fusion rate, should we do the seeds first? Or should we continue with Thaumcraft? And I think I'm going to continue with Thaumcraft, because I want to get the flux condensator, by the way. There it is. Condenser. Yeah, because I want to get that. And as you can see, I can actually get most of this stuff now. But I do need 8 pedestals. So that is what I'm trying to figure out. How many pedestals we need. And thankfully, with our Wisp farm, the V crystals aren't difficult to get. But yeah, nothing too crazy. All that stuff is relatively easy to craft up. So nothing too scary about that. And just clearing up my inventory a little bit so it's not so your face. Alright, pedestals, super easy. Well, that's not like easy, but everything's automated. The actual Endercrafter I don't have automated yet, but I just have the items go directly into a thing. Also, I have 371 V in this chunk, so we actually have quite a lot. All right, I think I just decided I want to do the goggles first, because that makes crafting and melting down essentially much easier. So gone ahead, crafted up 2 thermometers. All that stuff is automated. I did have to do the potion of haste line. I hadn't done that yet, but I ran out of potions, so I just did that really quick. At this point, it only takes about 5 minutes to set that up. I've done it so many times. And thankfully, I have most of the bee that we need from our mob farm. As you can see, I'm just going to use all the potions or whatever, V crystals for the stuff. I may add more wisps, maybe do like 4 wisp spawners, I don't know, to really ramp up our thing. Oh, also I added a glass ceiling that is at build height. It's a bit trippy with the glass texture, but yeah, the reason you do that is so you can't get rifts spawning. Because apparently rifts spawn above the highest level you've built on or whatever. So if you have the glass all the way up at the build height, it can't spawn above that because that's like the highest level and it can't spawn above that. So that actually stops the rifts from spawning. And I've gone out 1 chunk all around it. So if we do get a rift spawning from too much flux in the chunk, it will hopefully be far away. All right, so we got our magical leather. We got that. And there is our chemical brass. And I just realized I need some more Ordo. Wish there was an easy way to keep that stocked. But hopefully we won't have to use it too long. We will switch to AE autocrafting. Also, I just realized that I used my old thermometer. I wanted to craft up 2 more and I only ended up crafting up 1. So I'll craft up the second one to keep 1 in our inventory. Right, because it's good to keep a thermometer. And I haven't really spent too much time scanning stuff, to be honest. But there we go. Now we have goggles. We can actually see what is in the things. We couldn't see that before. So that makes things much, much easier. All right, arcane pedestals. We just need the pedestal. And ritual stones, which ritual stones are pretty easy to craft up as well. Except I've never actually made a recipe for that because I always just did it manually. Because that ingot is kind of a pain. That enhanced ender ingot is definitely a pain. And I don't have the ender crafter, as you can see. There's no interface on it or anything. So I've never really bothered doing that. Also, how many times do I accidentally go down? I just realized I forgot to... I never put that crafting card in there. I started crafting it and I never placed it in there. I'll have to remember next time I log in to put the crafting card in there. Yeah, so I'm not going to do it directly on the Endercrafter. We'll just throw it in there and I will manually do it. But we do need the Ender ingots, which I totally forgot about. Everything else, though, is pretty easy, but those enhanced Ender ingots are annoying. But they're actually not as annoying as they were originally because we have a wisp farm. We have a lot of the V crystals that we actually need. So there is our soul. We need 40 soul. There we go. We got all the soul. We don't have to put... I think I was doing gold for soul before, but we don't need that anymore. And then the ritual stones are pretty easy as well. Everything is basically on autocraft. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything for the things. Also, I need to look into getting the thaumaturgus stuff just because it makes it easier to craft, but that is its own kind of adventure. So I decide I'm not going to do that right now. Also, I need night ore. Haven't done that yet. Which I found out is a block of lumium. Which isn't overly surprising. A lot of the recipes in this pack use blocks instead of like ingots or something like that. Alright, go get your... go get your enhanced ingots. We need V crystals, we need 2 skeleton heads, I think I ended up using. Alright, there we go. Just completing some of our research. Or our thing to craft up all these pedestals. It ended up not being too bad, to be honest, with the V crystals. Without the V crystals, it's a pain because you end up with so much extra essentia in the cauldron, but it's not. With the mostly using the V crystals, it's not too bad. Right, so just completed the quest, and I realized I probably just wanted ingots themselves instead of the blocks. So let's go ahead and get this, and I think I just realized I need 2 of those. I do know I need 2 of those, so I'm kind of working everything. We need 4 or 8 arcane stone. We need the essentia tubes and everything like that. And I'm gonna realize I am missing something here in a second. Just talking about the final thing that we need to craft. I do find it eventually. There it is. Kythern block. That is our final craft that we're working towards. So we can see the V crystals that we need to do with infusion, but everything else we're good. Except for those hearts. I haven't got those hearts yet, so I'm gonna have to figure out where. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any of those Skythern hearts, so we'll have to work that out. So I just need to set up some recipes for this. Craft up some arcane stone that we're going to need to place down. And yeah, it's not too bad. I did have to craft up a Bifrost rod. I don't remember if I had mentioned that. You need it for the shimmer rock. And spoiler alert, I'm totally going to place the pedestals in the wrong spot. I'm like, yeah, let's surround the thing with it. And then I'm like, wait a second. That's in the wrong spot. It is kind of funny watching this back and realizing what's coming up. Well, it's fun for me. It might be annoying if you're watching this, but hey, I don't have audio. This is all I can do. I'm not going to re-record all this stuff. There we go. Our things, and then I need the arcane. And I'm thinking that's where they go. I was trying to remember. I'm like, I think that's where they go. Yep, that's where they go. And then I realize I need one more pedestal. Because I forgot to get the one in the middle. So I actually need 9 pedestals. Which means I have to craft up another one of those enhanced ingots and do the whole pedestal thing, which is a pain. I might be able to do it right. I think I do it right here, actually. I don't know if I cut. I'm trying to remember what goes into it. Yeah. Vitalum, Soul, Alienus, and Spiritus. I've done this enough that I've kind of started to remember. But we definitely don't have enough. I've gone through a bunch of the V, so I don't have enough. 20, 15, 15, and 5. I need another Ender Pearl. Those jetpacks, they are fast. Yep, turn off your magnet. There you go. Nice to be able to see what you have in there. So you can see all the extra aspects or whatever we had in there. But they do use 2 per sliver, so I can't get that one out. But it gets, you know, some of it. That's just gonna go into the atmosphere, into the chunk. Eventually that'll break down and go into the chunk. Can't do anything about it. So, gotta craft that pedestal up. Yeah, I'm still getting used to having like 2 kind of bases. And need to make some recipes for this stuff. I do have Essentia tubes, but I don't have recipes for the valves. And the valves are, they're pretty expensive. Thankfully, a lot of this stuff I can just auto-craft at this point. But, yeah, those boiler valves, they're pretty expensive. And I don't have a recipe for them because it's been a very, very long time since I've crafted them up. I'm just thinking I don't need this boiler anymore. I can actually just steal them. But I decided just to craft up some new ones. There is a dynamo that we can use for steam now, instead of using the mechanism boiler, but I'll just leave those there and make recipes. All right, so we're back. Now I'm going to craft up some warded jars. So we can see the warded jar recipe requires 3 of those files, and the files require intensive. They require intensive catalysts, so the warded jars are not the cheapest. I'm needing Alchema or Alchemia or whatever it's called. So we're using buttons for Machina. There we go, and you can see it kind of venting some of the Essentia. Apparently I forgot something. I don't remember what I forgot. How'd I come back here? Oh, that's right. I think I put enough for 40, but I forgot that it vents some of it, so you don't necessarily, you might put 40 in, but you might only get like 36 or 35, so I didn't have enough for both the things. Unfortunately, the spruce buttons do not have the Essentia on it. So I'm just like, there we go. I had spruce planks, but I don't use oak, so I didn't have a recipe for it. Is why we're doing that. Yeah, so I need some more buttons. So we don't have everything set up in this side of the base, but being able to access AE at least helps a bit. All right, so yeah, I only ended up getting 27 out of that, which I thought I was going to get 40. So it does vent quite a bit. You can see we have 35 flux at the top left, the dark purple, we have 35. So once I get to, what is it, 50? 70? I can't remember. Might be 70. You have a chance of spawning a rift. So there we go. Put down the wrong one. There we go. And then we need the Alchemia, or whatever it's called. Also, I forgot to wait till put all of it in there. There we go. So our blaze powder will get us. I'm like, why am I running back and forth? Jeez. And I think I just realized something. Or about to realize it. I did the South one is to turn it into the thing, and I just realized you need the Caster's Gauntlet. Because I can't start any infusion until we have the Caster's Gauntlet. And the Caster's Gauntlet. Yep, that's not easy. Alright, so the infused magical ores we're going to have to get. So we're going to take a pause for this right here, and I'm going to get the stuff that we need for that core. It needs vengeance something. Can't remember the name of it, but it needs like a vengeance. Dust or something like that. And we need more leather, which we know how to do. We did that already, but I'm not gonna. Don't need to show that. And I'm a bit short on V crystals too, so it's a bit of a pain. Because I totally forgot I needed to get the Caster Gauntlet. And another thermometer and magnetic gloves. So yeah, that's a bit of a pain. So we are back, and I've been trying to get this vengeance stuff that we need, and I finally figured out how it works. So I thought you needed to get it from those boxes that we craft up, but that is not how you get this dust. So you can see I tried 3 times and I wasn't getting the stuff. What you actually have to do is kill a vanilla mob and use this vengeance focus. I did upgrade it because I thought maybe I had to upgrade it. There is a quest for it, and the quest gives you spectral glasses. So I'm wearing the spectral glasses now. And we'll see how this works. So you basically kill a vanilla mob and then a ghost spawns. And then you use this focus to kill it, which feels derpy because you don't really get... You don't get like... There's no signal that it's actually working, but there we go. You kill it and you get Vengeance Essence. So that is how you go about getting that before you get the mob thing. And I think I need one of those. We'll need more in the future, but for now we just need we need 4 of them. As you can see, it's like, what's up with this? It's a bit funny. I can't see it, but thankfully you can actually see it if you do my laser gun with aluminum on it. But there we go. There's another one. Yeah, that's felt a bit weird. It doesn't feel like it's doing anything. It just looks like it's knocking it back, but it actually does end up killing them. It doesn't seem like the ghosts actually fight back or anything. I just need this vengeance focus. Come back. Not vengeance focus. I can't remember the name of this stuff. Vengeance essence. Not focus. Alright. There we go. We got our 4. We don't really need the demon well. I'll just dump those. But there we go. Those are 4. Let me use that to get materialized vengeance focus. And that gets us that Garmboozle or whatever it's called. I totally don't remember what I'm saying right now. Probably something about spectral classes. That away, because I don't need it right now. We will probably need to craft up, get more of that at some point. All right, make a recipe for that. Go on, what are you talking about? Good work here. There you go. Nope. Alloy smelter. You'll get it. There you go. Sure, that one looks good. Alright. So we gotta craft up the rest of that stuff, and then we do the Garmon, what is that, Garmboozle or something? And the blood infuser thing. So 2 Salus Mundus, 3 Bala Enchanting, Garmon, Ozia, and then a magical core. And that will be our infused magical core. Or the Caster's Gauntlet. Also need the magic leather and the other stuff. Alright, we are back. It's crafting up the leather. Also, I don't know how to do math. That was me trying to split it up into parts, and I was like, I don't remember. Here, let's just throw it all in there. And we have a little bit of stuff left over, so might as well grab that out. Alright, so there's the magical leather. We got the other thing. There is the stuff for our thermometer. I made recipes for everything because I got tired of trying to craft up those lenses by hand. So there we go. Thermometer. Ding. No ding yet. There we go. We need a ding. We need more air crystal though. Yeah, I'm just filling up everything. Thankfully, the base ones are really easy to craft up. Right, there we go. There is our Caster's Gauntlet. That actually took quite a bit of time in real life. Took more than I thought it was going to, because I completely had forgotten about needing that crystal, or the Caster Gauntlet. Right, so now, gives us magical leather that we don't need it, but I'll take it. We can craft up the thing. Also, didn't read that at all. I don't know what the handy bag does, but it's expensive at this point. So, we got the Alchema, whatever it's called, Machina. Got our arcane stones. So let's get this going and craft up our first infusion recipe. Now I may do like hoppers and stuff to make crafting up in the future easier. And also this is a negligible. This recipe is like has almost no instability. So I don't have any stabilizers, but we should be good. Can't see us needing anything else, but yeah. Now you just need to start it with the gauntlet, and there you go. So, first infusion recipe. Pretty simple. Nothing complicated about that. That will be our alchemical construct. we go. There is the first one. We need one more. Because you need 2 for the actual multi-block. Yeah, I'll have to look into stabilizers as well. I haven't looked at the recipes. Are they more complicated? I actually don't know. I haven't looked at them yet, but... There we go. So that has opened up our last quest. And we're going to have to go get those parts. Now, I haven't fought any of those. I think I know where they spawn. I did see some spawners out in the open in that dimension, so I think that's where they come from, but I'm not entirely sure. I marked one on our... as a waypoint. So I think we'll work towards that. And we'll start with that next episode. And then we have all the crystals that we need. We do have a minor instability, so I'm going to have to get a couple of stabilizers to help with that. But this is mostly just breaking down the aspects and crafting all those up, which is a bit of a pain before you can get this fully automated. But I might put together that alchemical construct first. But everything else is pretty easy. Anyway, that's going to be for today. So thanks for watching. Have a good one.